phones, Babylons can't crack the code.
On January 3rd, 2022, Oklahoma Sooners starting quarterback Caleb Williams would announce his intentions of entering the transfer portal. As expected, with a big, high-profile name of Caleb Williams entering the portal and potentially leaving a school like Oklahoma, it is the biggest talk around town right now when you're talking about college football, as everybody wants to know, where will Caleb Williams play in 2022? But today's video is not about Caleb Williams. Instead, it's about Oklahoma's next starting quarterback in Dillion Gabriel. I will be talking about my reaction to the move, my thoughts on it, how he fits into OU's offense, and how I think it will turn out. Now, before I move on with the video, guys, remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, as we are on the road to 10K. Now let's get into it. Dillion Gabriel, coming out of high school, was not the highest touted prospect out there. According to the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings, for the 2019 recruiting class, he was a 3-star, ranked as the 758th best player and the 27th best pro-style quarterback. He held a total of 8 offers coming out, as he had offers from schools such as UCF, Georgia, USC, Army, and Air Force, just to name a few, but he would end up committing to Central Florida. When Gabriel first got to UCF, he was not expected to be an immediate starter, as the quarterback that was supposed to be the quarterback the entire season, Brandon Wimbush, wasn't supposed to have a problem holding that job. But in the first game of the year, as the backup quarterback, Dillion Gabriel would come in during the game, and the job would be his the rest of the season. Gabriel would have an amazing freshman season, as in 13 games played, he helped lead UCF to a 10-3 record, where he completed 59% of his passes, threw for 3,653 yards, 29 total touchdowns through the air, and only 7 interceptions. He would also rush for 4 total touchdowns on the ground as well. In this one season, Gabriel came from a guy that was unknown heading in to somebody that was seen as an underrated quarterback and a riser on the college football level for the future as a top quarterback in just that one season. Heading into 2020, there were a lot of high expectations for year 2 for Dillion Gabriel at Central Florida, and people thought this was going to be a big season for him, and that indeed it was. It was a shortened season, but this is by far his best season he's had in his college football career yet. As in 10 games played, he completed 60% of his passes, threw for 3,570 yards, 32 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. On the ground, he rushed for a total of 169 yards and 2 total touchdowns for rushing. For team success for Central Florida, they had a pretty solid year, as they would end up going 6-4. Gabriel, heading into year 3 as UCF starting quarterback, had some high expectations heading in, but people thought he was going to keep on getting better and better, and this year was going to be a good year for UCF for year 1 under Gus Malzahn, and people were even talking about Dillion Gabriel potentially being a Heisman dark horse. Not really winning it, but if he put up a lot of big numbers, he could potentially be a dark horse for the Heisman Trophy. Unfortunately, Dillion Gabriel would have a very short season, as he would only play in 3 games, as he would end up suffering a pretty big injury that would end up ending his year early, and that injury was a broken left clavicle. He did not need surgery, but it did end the year early for him. While he was healthy and playing, he would end up playing in 3 games where he was playing pretty well. He completed 69% of his passes, threw for 818 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, and led UCF to a 2-1 record as a starting quarterback in 2021. While recovering from his season-ending injury, on November 27, 2021, during the season, Dillion Gabriel would announce he would be entering the transfer portal and leaving Central Florida. And almost right after he entered the portal, everybody was thinking he was going to go to Ole Miss and rejoin with his former offensive coordinator, Jeff Lebby. But when Lebby would end up taking the job at Oklahoma, all that smoke went away, and all the smoke was pointing towards UCLA. In fact, a few weeks after entering the portal, Dillion Gabriel would end up transferring to UCLA on December 16th, 2021. This was a move that made a lot of sense, and it was a move that made a lot of sense for Dillion Gabriel and UCLA, as UCLA might be losing Dorian Thompson-Robinson after this season, and he could come back, but Dillion Gabriel was going to be that guy for UCLA, and he really fit a Chip Kelly offense, and he's just that kind of player that could really thrive at UCLA. However, his time as a UCLA Bruin would not last very long. It did not even last a full month. He was only a UCLA Bruin for a few weeks at best, and yeah, that was really about it, as right when Caleb Williams entered the transfer portal, the same day, just a few hours later, Dillion Gabriel would flip his commitment from UCLA to join his former offensive coordinator in Coach Levy and be a quarterback at Oklahoma. Now that you know Dillion Gabriel's journey all the way from his start at UCF to present day at Oklahoma, let's talk about the move itself and my thoughts on it. First, I want to say this. Oklahoma fans, I know you want Caleb Williams back. You want him to stay in the program and be your QB1 for the rest of his time he's going to play at the collegiate level. But right now, that does not seem likely. And even though you are more than likely losing Caleb Williams, do not sweat it. Is Dillion Gabriel Caleb Williams? No, but Dillion Gabriel is a certified dog. His numbers and his film that he had at UCF, it speaks for itself. As in only 26 games played, he completed 61% of his passes, threw for over 8,000 yards, 70 touchdowns, and only 14 interceptions. That is highly efficient. Some play it off at his time at UCF as he was on the Group of 5 level and not in a Power 5 conference, but let's be real. Putting up numbers and doing what he did at UCF is hard at any level. D1, D2, NAIA, D3, it doesn't matter. It is a very hard thing to accomplish, and only good players can do what he did. But a big thing that Dillion Gabriel is bringing to Oklahoma is that he is an experienced quarterback. He has played a lot of college football, and he's a very highly productive and efficient quarterback at that. It's not even just that as well, as he's been in a Levy offense. He's used to a Levy system. He knows how it is, and he knows what to expect. And OU has all the talent and weapons around him for him to succeed to his best level. In my opinion, although losing a guy like Caleb Williams is going to hurt, it's going to sting, it's going to be painful to lose a guy like that out of your program and to not be your quarterback anymore, Dillion Gabriel is a good replacement to have, as Dillion Gabriel is a great quarterback. Well guys, if you made it this far in the video, comment something down below, your thoughts about Dillion Gabriel at Oklahoma, and how you think Oklahoma will do with Dillion Gabriel. And before you leave, remember to smash that like button, turn on those post notifications, and subscribe for more videos. B. Kelly, out.